Okay, so here's my shooting warm-up that I like to go through. It's a variation of it, of course. It's kind of different every time I do it, but I use the Steve Nash warm-up shooting video he has up on YouTube as a guide. One thing I do that he does is I start off right around the rim, right outside the paint on each side of the rim on the baseline, of course. Just want to knock down as many as I can as quickly as I can. Right in the beginning, I don't have to think about the shot too much. It's an easy shot. It's real close. And I just want to start watching the ball go into the hoop over and over again so I can get my form going. And just going to watch the ball go right into the hoop. So I'm sure I'm bending my knees, staying on my toes. Use my wrist, get the wrist flick going, get good rotation on the ball. And I feel like if you're missing a lot of shots in a row on the warm-ups like this, I just feel like you're not concentrating. That's what I was doing, and I wasn't focusing enough. Once I started focusing, I started banging down the shots more consistently. And again, I bend my knees, as you can see. Kevin Durant and James Harden, my knees kind of come together a little bit, and it looks like all the greats do it too. So, I mean, I don't think you can really say I'm wrong. Especially Jordan right here, you can see in this picture. Freeze that, doing the same position. Knees coming together, squat, explode up, shot, bang. Now what I'm doing is I'm moving a little further out in the baseline, and I'm trying to knock down 3 shots on each side. There we go. I want to make sure that my pace is a little quicker than on the first shots I was taking, because I'm covering a larger distance from position to position. There we go. It looks like 3 on that side. See, getting too cocky. Think you're making too many in a row and you don't have to concentrate. That's what happens. So gotta bang down one more on this side. I missed short on that one. And missed long on that one. You want to make sure your shots are on target. You don't want your shot going to the left or to the right. That means it's a really, really bad shot. If it's on target and it's going too far, more than likely you're just tensing up too much. And if you're not reaching the rim and getting it in and it's just hitting the front, then you're not exploding enough. That's pretty much how it works. Here I'm moving over to do some bank shots. It's a nice comfortable spot to hit them from, nice angle. Probably the best angle you can get for a sweet little jump shot like that off the glass. And here you want to maintain the same form as if you were taking a shot by not using the backboard. Same exact form. Dip, explode, sweep, sway, release. There you go. See, missed a couple in a row. It's not good. You got to make these easy shots. There we go. No one in front of you. You got to knock them down. See, I'm not sprinting the ball. I'm just having a nice swift jog, so I'm consistent. You know what I mean? You don't want to, just sprint to the ball and try to chuck up shots. You just want to get a nice, comfortable rhythm. It's all about rhythm for not only running around to each spot, but for getting the shot off. Okay, here I'm going to go to the elbows. I'm going to do some dribbling first and just get to the spot and just pull up right there. You can see on these, I'm kind of doing the Jordan pose after my shot, just to make sure I can watch my wrist do what it's supposed to do at the end, because that's really important, I think, to getting your shot to fall. And even if it's not a perfect shot, I think you'll get the bounce more often than not if you're releasing it the right way. There we go, in and out. Nice. See, now I'm feeling a little more comfortable with my shot at this point in the warm-up, and I'm going to be hitting them more consistently. Left. See, that's what I'm talking about. With the right rotation, right mechanics, you're gonna have that ball landing in there. Nice jumper. Looks like I'm starting off from the opposite end and going to the other elbow I'm coming from originally. Bang that down. Again, I'm just making 3 on each side. If you're a good jump shooter, it shouldn't take that long. to hit 3 on each side. Very nice. Yeah, I think all those jump shots looked the same. And you want your shot to look the same every time. You don't want people telling you, oh, you know, depending on the shot you take, it looks different. You know, you really don't want that to come into play. I mean, you want to obviously explode it more when you have a shot that's further from the net. You don't want to chuck it with your shoulders as much. You just want to get more explosion from your glutes and your leg muscles. Remember, you want to engage those muscles by staying on the balls of your feet and using your toes to really grip the ground when you take off. There you go. Looks like I'm moving out to the wing. It's a little further than those bank shots I was taking. Just right inside the arc. And that's like a Carmelo Anthony. That's one of his favorite spots, I think. Usually bangs those down. Again, nothing too fancy with the ball handling. I'm just trying to keep a swift, rhythmic motion, almost like I'm kind of dancing around the court. Dip. There you go. You notice my landing is always the same. I notice a lot of NBA players sometimes they'll do with. I know J.R. Smith does it, and LeBron James does it a lot, where he'll jump and just kind of do like a split and land kind of weird, and it looks cool. And sometimes you end up doing that even if you don't try to. I think it's just a way of compensating when you're in the air. If your momentum's going forward too much, you don't want to do that too much. Obviously, the pros can get away with it, but not to say you don't want to take a lot from the pros, because obviously they're the best shooters. But little things like that aren't perfect. But that's all right. Looks like here I'm just trying to work on this little move I do once in a while in games when I remember it. Looks like I went to try to go left. Don't have it yet. Nope. All right, we're gonna move on now. I'm gonna start banging down some college threes. I believe in this video I just did I did 10 3-pointers just from the 5 spots, the 5 popular spots on the arc. Just sort of that star diamond kind of crisscross zigzag pattern. Looks like that's 1 for 3. So 1 for 4. Definitely want to hit this last one. Stay around 40%. Stay consistent. There you go. So 2 for 5. Never miss more than 2 in a row. Obviously, that's not super high percentage, but you know, I'm an amateur, so there we go. That's 2 in a row. There you go. 3 in a row. Looks like we're at 4 for 7. Gonna move over to the wing. It looked like my wrist didn't extend fully on that one. It looks like I kind of snapped it. So I actually didn't make any of my shots from that position. There we go. That was an excellent example of the sweep and sway. You can see my feet really jumped forward underneath me to give myself nice momentum. So I moved over to the foul line, of course. Just banged down 10 of those. And again, if you notice when I was taking my threes, even though they're from far away, because I had good rotation on the ball, good mechanics, even when I missed, the ball kind of just bounced up and kept moving in the direction I shot it in, and it didn't go flying across the court because it wasn't a bad shot. You know, if you're hitting, you know, the area between the backboard and the rim on the side, and it just bounces somewhere crazy, or it bounces sometimes off the back of the rim, it can bounce up real high and go somewhere else. Again, because I have the good mechanics, the ball's easy to keep track of. There we go. And when at the foul line, I try to do the same thing every time. I know Steve Nash said that's how he keeps his free throw percentage so high, is because he literally does the same thing at the foul line every time. It's a routine. It's a ritual. So I think that's going to give you more consistency. And I also like to put my fingertips on the seam of the ball just to have a little more grip. Again, because it's a free throw, you're able to do whatever you want. I believe I went 7 for 10. So it's 70%. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Again, it's skill building, and it's also a warm up. So if you're not perfect, it's okay. You're warming up, but over time you're gonna get those percentages up a lot higher, I think. And there you go.